In 48 hours, both the United States and Russia have backed India's long-standing aspiration for a permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council. From the US to Russia, nations with diverging worldviews are converging on this issue, recognizing India's increasingly significant role on the world stage. In the latest, Russia has once again endorsed India's membership bid at the UNSC. Now, of the 5 UNSC members, those supporting India's permanent membership at UNSC are United States of America, Russia, France, and United Kingdom, whereas the 5th member, that is China, is in opposition. The entire G4 has also backed India's UNSC bid, and India has reiterated the same support to the G4 members, which include India itself, Brazil, Germany, and Japan. UAE, Turkey, Nordic nations, and Chile are also among other nations backing India at UNSC. Notably, India has long sought a permanent seat in the Security Council to better represent the interests of the developing world, the global south as we know it. We saw that materialize when India was successful in endorsing the induction of the African Union in the G20 summit held in September 2023 in New Delhi. The second vision that India aims to bring to life is transition to a multilateral and multipolar global system where the power dynamics run beyond just the US, China, and Russia. The third vision is promoting peace through dialogue and diplomacy, which the UN has failed to do, what with the Russia-Ukraine conflict ailing the society. In fact, we have seen a very absolutist stand taken by the UN against Russia, even before being able to bring Moscow and Kiev to the talking table. Moving on, the fourth vision that India has is that of countering aggressive expansionist powers like China by way of promoting international rules-based order, which respects the sovereignty of respective nations, particularly in the Indo-Pacific, where China has been maneuvering aggressively to the detriment of this very international rules-based order. The fifth vision that India shares is the need for reforms within the UN and make it more relevant to the current times. The world is way past World War II, and UN as a body must make itself relevant to a world that does not revolve around the West alone. Now, if India becomes a permanent member of the UNSC, it would enjoy the powers granted as per the UN Charter. This includes that the UN Security Council reserves the right to authorize military action. It is the only body that has the responsibility to intervene in global conflicts and call for global sanctions. India's veto will be extremely crucial in issues like these. The veto power is the main clincher when it comes to the UNSC membership, and India acquiring the veto power will yield political benefits to our diplomatic apparatus. Now, looking at the factors that block India's UNSC bid, China has repeatedly blocked India from becoming a permanent member. Moreover, China has also repeatedly blocked the names suggested by India to be put under the UNSC list of terrorists affiliated to Al-Qaeda and ISIS. In March this year, India had hit out at China at the UNSC for using its veto power to block evidence-based terror listings. That's the significance of veto power. Now, there are reports on the prospect of India gaining UNSC seat, but without the veto power, which remains to be the most significant power enjoyed by the UNSC members. However, New Delhi's pitch is strictly for a permanent membership seat. Moving on, it's not only India but also other powers like the 3 other G4 members, Brazil, Germany, and Japan. In fact, as per reports quoting sources, some countries like Egypt and Ethiopia are not keen on backing India's bid for the UNSC. Several screenshots of historical records have been shared on social media from time to time, claiming that the first Prime Minister of independent India, Jawaharlal Nehru, rejected an alleged offer made by the US in 1950 offering India a permanent seat at the UNSC. The same offer was made, as per records, in 1955 by the Soviet Union, and in a letter to the chief ministers written by Nehru, this is as per records, this letter mentions that an informal offer was made for a UNSC seat, but the then Prime Minister denied it, saying that taking that seat would be, quote-unquote, unfair to a great country like China. So both these claims are reportedly unverified, but they have done rounds on social media time and again. The BJP has also cornered the Congress on this issue. These are the facts of what it means for India to be a UNSC member and what it will take for it to get there.